Hi everyone, this is Crimson TCG, and today I'm going to be showing off my Fire King Azamina deck profile. You might be wondering, isn't this deck dead because OSS is gone? Yes, it is kind of dead, but I still enjoy playing it, and I've kind of tweaked around some ratios and added some cards in here to make sure that I can be as consistent as possible, even with OSS being gone. Fair warning, there are some cards that I'm currently proxying at the moment just because I thought I had them. Turns out I didn't. But with that being said, let's get into the profile. So for the Fire King cards, I play one Sacred Garunix, 2 copies of Kieran. I play one Brick Garunix, one Arvada, one Ponix, and then I do play the 3 copies of Volcanics. With no OSS, you need as many starters as possible, and you want to see them as fast as possible. So I bumped up from 2 Volcanics to 3, just so I can see the consistency of the deck get a little bit higher. Now for the Snake Eyes stuff, I play 3 copies of Black Witch, of course, because you want to see the pieces as fast as possible, so you just want to up the ratios on certain cards. The new addition is the Snake Eye Diabell Star, which is really nice. It is a fire, it is a Diabell Star, and it is a level 8. In the combo at the end of the video, she does come in handy, so I'll show that in a little bit, but she is one of the new additions to the deck. And then for the other pieces, one Flame Birch Dragon, such a crazy card, one Oak, one Poplar, and one Ash. You still want to capitalize on these cards. I know with the OSS hit, it seems kind of pointless to play them, but they're such good extenders, and despite the fact that OSS is gone, if I see them, it isn't like an unwelcome addition. I like having them in the deck. And for the monster hand traps, I play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird and 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. I go against a lot of rogues, so that's why I play Droll currently, and then Ash is just good. You can also recycle Ash with stuff like Sunlight Wolf and Doolittle Chimera. Yeah, Doolittle Chimera, I believe, can recycle it. Now for the spells and traps, let's go over the Sinful Spoil, Azamina, Snake Eye stuff. So I play 3 copies of Wanted. I play 2 copies of Deception. I play 1 Hollowed Azamina. And then for my new Poplar target, I am playing the Divine Temple Field spell. With how the deck kind of functions, you don't tend to need to use this card, but it is a nice card to have, and it's just good to have Poplar see a target. And once we get the new Fusion Snake Eye Dragon, it will definitely come in handy. And for the other spells, 1 Fire King Island, 1 Fire King Sanctuary, 3 copies of Bonfire, 1 copy of 1-for-1, and then the Called by the Grave. I know it's a one-of, but it's such a good card. I can't justify cutting it out. Lastly, we have the 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. It's good going first, good going second. What else can I say? Now for the extra deck, I play, for my fusions, 1 copy of Murasiliago and 1 copy of Ilya Sylvia. I tried to tech in the other Azamina fusion, but I didn't see too many routes in which I need to go into it, but these are necessary. This adding a Sinful Spoil, this being an Omni Negate, they're always really good. For my XYZs, I play the Kikingashi Fucho, and then the rank 8 Hyang Fire King. This is really good. It's another form of interruption, especially when you have Sanctuary on the field. This I tend to go into whenever I see Shifter. It's impervious. It's like an iron wall, not an iron wall. It's like a tower. So when I see that on the field, I know at least I can live 1 more turn. So that's the reason why I keep it. For my rank 2s, I play 1 Hida, 1 Dark, 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and then the first proxy I have right now is Cross Sheep. You're fusion summoning, you're able to summon something, a level 4 from the graveyard. So sometimes when you're pitching off of the Deception to add your Hallowed Azamina, or you have to pitch a monster to summon out your Black Witch, this is a great way to get that card back. And in the combo, it is a very good piece to basically end on the boards we used to, just with a few more steps. As for my rank 3s and 4s, or not rank 3s, my link 3s and 4s, sorry about that, I play 1 copy of Promethean Princess. If you're playing a fire deck, you play this card. 1 copy of Amblowail. It is the card you end on when you're going first usually. Brings back the IP and is able to help you get into combo. 1 copy of World Sea Dragons Atlantis and then the Raging Phoenix. These 2 cards are basically facilitating the OTK to make sure that you can secure game. Now for the side, I play 3 copies of Artifact Lancia. This is mainly for the Malice matchup. Next, I play, for the next set of proxies, I guess, the 3 Contact Sea. This is mainly for Ryziel. Just being able to lock them out is really nice. I swore I had a set of at least commons, but I guess I don't. Next up, if you remember seeing this whenever Tenpai players would use them, but Heatwave, it's a really good going first card. Sometimes you brick, so having the Heatwave in hand is really nice because you can just delay it for a turn, so that way you can develop a better hand. I still have 6 more cards. I play 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Feather Duster. This just is to handle the back row decks. And then finally, for my last set of cards in my side deck, 3 Evenly Match. I think not a lot of players respect this card, so whenever you drop it, it's really like powerful. Even when they have a negate on board, being able to waste one of their negates is really nice because it lets you go into full combo later on. So next, I want to talk about cards you could possibly put in your deck if you want to either swap out stuff that you see in my main deck or add stuff into the deck, because I only play 40. I tend to have really bad luck when I go anything above 40, so that's why it's a tight 40. But if you don't mind going up to 42 or 44, or however much you want to play, here's some cards you can consider. First one, Triple Tactics Talent. I think just being able to either get the hand knowledge, drawing 2, or taking your opponent's monster is really strong. I just couldn't find the space for it. Next up is Skyburn. What Fire King Skyburn does is that you can target one of your Fire Kings and then target one of your opponent's spell and traps, and you can just pop them. The only reason why I don't play is that I can't always guarantee that this card can be live, and I'd rather have cards that I can guarantee will be live in the deck rather than something that I might have to wait on. Next up is Where Art Thou, which is a really interesting card. What it can do is that it can add if you control a level 1, you can add a level 1 to your hand, but then you lose life points if you aren't able to normal summon it. I'm not playing it personally just because I feel like there's too much reliance on having a level 1 on the field when you have other engines. Like the Fire King engine supplements it so that way you're not always relying on the Snake Eye engine. If you're playing a pure Snake Eye Azamina or a Snake Eye Azamina variant and you don't play the Fire Kings, I would encourage playing this because then you can add stuff like Birch or you can add Jet Synchron, and that way this card is always live. Crossout Designator is always nice. Again, I just couldn't find a way to squeeze it into the deck. Next up is the Sill Hat Rabbit Azaroon package. I was playing this for a cool minute, but then I kind of went back to playing Fucho. And the reason why is because if I get shifted, I know I can reliably get into Fucho, and it is at towers. While this, I still have to commit resources and things go into the grave, but then they're banished, and they can be hard to reach sometimes, so that is why I took it out. But I still think it's a really good little mini package you can add if you're still like struggling to see what you could put in. Zombie Vampire, you do play a lot of level 8s, and now that you're adding the Snake Idea Bellstar, you can play the Zombie Vampire too. I couldn't validate putting it in. I also know so many tier players, and I just could think about like putting them through that type of advantage. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I don't play it. I might squeeze it back in and take out the Kikingashi. So there's 4 other cards I want to talk about. First one is the Photon Lord. I think I might put that in instead of the Kikingashi. I just don't have one. That's why it's kind of appearing on the screen. Next one are the two Molcharmies and Dominus Impulse. Those are cards you can play, but I don't have the money for that. I hate to break it to you. But if you do have them, I recommend playing them. So this combo that I wanted to show off basically replicates the old boards we used to make when we had OSS. It is a few more steps just to accomplish a similar board, but I still think it's a combo worth looking at. So it requires us to have a Diabell Star, an Volcanics, and then one other monster. I just put another Diabell Star in hand just in case. So first we're going to special summon the Diabell Star by pitching out our Volcanics. We're going to activate its effects, and we're going to set the Deception onto our side of the field. We'll then activate the Deception's effect. We'll pitch the other monster that we had in hand to then add the Hollowed Azamina. We're going to activate the Hollowed Azamina. We're going to reveal Mu Resiliago, pitching the Deception and summoning her onto the field. We'll activate her effect to add the Wanted to our hand. And then we're going to link these 2 away for a copy of Cross Sheep. From here, we will activate the effect of Hollowed Azamina. We're going to add it back to our hand by putting back the Resiliago into our extra deck again. We will then activate the effect of the Hollowed Azamina, then chain the Wanted. The Wanted will add our copy of Snake Eye Diabell Star. And then the Hollowed Azamina will send our Wanted to summon out Ilia Sylvia. From here, we will activate Cross Sheep's effect to summon back the Volcanics that we pitched a while ago. And that will trigger Volcanics' effect. We're going to destroy the Snake Eye Diabell Star. There was a reason why we wanted to play this card. It is a fire monster, but it's also a Diabell Star. And this just makes this card live. To add our copy of Ponix. Ponix will then trigger to summon itself. And then Ponix will activate its effect to add the Sanctuary. We will play the Sanctuary. And then that will place our Fire King Island onto the field. From here, you will activate Island's effect, destroying the Volcanics, then adding Sacred Garunix. We'll go Chainlink 1 Volcanics, Chainlink 2 Garunix to summon it out, and then we will summon the old Garunix onto the field. We will then activate Garunix's effect to destroy a Fire King monster in our deck. We will destroy the Arvada. We'll activate Arvada's effect to summon back the Volcanics onto the field. From here, it's pretty easy. We're going to link the Cross Sheep and the Ponix away for a copy of Promethean Princess. We will activate Promethean Princess's effect and summon out the Arvada. So now our monster effect negate is live because we have a whole bunch of fires we can destroy from here. We will then link these 2 away for a copy of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. And then we will link these 2 away into a copy of IP Masquerena because we are not fire locked anymore because Promethean Princess is not live. We will then activate Sunlight Wolf's effects. We're going to grab that Snake Eye Diabell Star, put it back into our hand, and then we will link these 2 away for a copy of Amphibious, Swarm Ship, and Bloale. So we basically created the old board that we used to have when we had OSS. And, you know, the same things are still here. I mean, we still have the Promethean Princess that can pop off at any point. Sacred Garunix is still alive in the deck. You still have your Omni. You still have your Monster Negate. You can still summon out IP to go into SP. But another really cool thing about this combo is I haven't normal summoned yet. So let's say at one point the combo gets interrupted. You can just normal summon whatever you have in your hand and kind of go from there. And because we use Wanted, we could put the Deception back into the deck and draw 1. Which kind of sucks because we wouldn't be able to activate a next turn and Ilya Sylvia's really cool effect wouldn't be able to go off. Or not Ilya Sylvia's really cool effect, but Deception's effect where you can burn for 15 and then gain 15. But I feel like this is pretty suitable for a deck that really did get slaughtered by the ban list. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like. I'm also always open for more criticism about the deck. I feel like I can make it even more consistent. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again soon.